Hello, everyone. Welcome to Everything Arsenal, and it's less than 24 hours before the big game. Are the nerves kicking in? Are you feeling confident for this game? Let me know in the comment section. How are you feeling ahead of a game against Liverpool? It's never easy for us. They've scored an average of 3 goals against us over the last 5-6 years since Klopp came. It's always an entertaining game, though. It's always an entertaining game. It's always 3-3, 4-4, 5-1, 4-3. It's always an entertaining game. But we know how good Liverpool is. They've won the Premier League recently. They've won the Champions League recently. We haven't beaten them at Anfield since 2012. That was Cazorla's debut. That was Podolski's debut away from home. That was years ago. But this time round, we feel like we have a chance to beat Liverpool. We do feel like we have a chance to beat them, but a lot of things have to go our way for us to beat Liverpool. We have to take our chances. We have to defend well. We have to be a bit lucky, maybe with a couple of penalties. To be fair, over the last 2 years, there's a time Trent should have picked up a red card against us. There's a time Tierney was smacked in the face by Mane. So such decisions also have to go our way. But in this video, I'm here to talk about the 5 most important players at Arsenal for this game. The 5 most important players for Arteta against Liverpool. I know it has to be a team game. I know everyone has to perform very well. I know basically everyone has to be at the top of their game. It's not an individual game, this one. Everyone has to play as a team. You have to get this win together. I know that. I definitely know that. So if you're watching on Facebook, make sure to like the page. Make sure to smash the like button. Same as YouTube, if you're watching, make sure to like and make sure to hit the like button as we get started. So let me know if you disagree with any of these picks, but I'll be talking about the 5 most important players. And the first one I'm going to go for is Aaron Ramsdale. Now, obviously, he's shocked all of us so far this season. None of us expected him to be this good. The games against Tottenham, the games against Leicester, he was pretty good. Probably the reason why he picked up 3 points against Leicester. Probably the reason why we've kept a lot of teams out. Why is Ramsdale important in this game? He's important defensively and attacking-wise. Now, I've watched a few tactical breakdowns of how he's done, how Leno has done the last few games against Liverpool. And he is good from shot stopping, but in terms of getting the ball and actually helping us in the attack, Leno hasn't been great over the years at all. Every time he gets the ball, he puts his defenders under pressure. Every time he gets the ball, sometimes he just goes long and gives them the ball back. He just gives Liverpool the ball back, and they're on to you guys again. They will attack you guys once again. So Ramsdale is the new goalkeeper in this game. He's never played against Liverpool for Arsenal. He is important in terms of helping us attack. He's comfortable on the ball. He's quick on the ball. Something you need to be against Liverpool. You have to be quick on the ball. We cannot have the ball and basically dwell on it too much, because they are very good at pressing. The likes of Salah, Mane, they're very good at pressing. And yes, you can lose the ball against Watford. Remember when you lost the ball against Watford and Josh King missed the chance? If you do that against Liverpool, you're going to be in trouble. If you lose the ball in your final third against Liverpool, they are not Watford, they are not Burnley. They can score 5 goals against you in the opening 10 minutes if you're not careful. Ask Manchester United. So Ramsdale will help in terms of the accuracy, in terms of the speed of his kick-outs. He doesn't just put it long for Smith Rowe to battle against Van Dijk, because Van Dijk will probably win the header and Liverpool will have the ball again. Ramsdale is clinical, is accurate in terms of picking out the passes to Partey, to Lokonga, to the wings, to Tierney, to Tavares, whoever is playing, to Tomiyasu, is very accurate at that. And also in terms of defensively, he needs to be solid, because yes, our defense has been great. Yes, we've been keeping clean sheets, 5 clean sheets in the last few, I think 8 games or something, 9 games we've kept 5 clean sheets. Yes, we are good defensively, but that's not the only thing we need. We need our keeper to be very good as well. And yes, we've been good defensively. I repeat myself again, but you expect Liverpool to get through our defense at least once or twice, maybe not 6, 7, 8 times like they've used to over the years, but they will definitely get through us eventually. So when they get through us, you need this guy to step up. You need Aaron Ramsdale to step up. How good is he in terms of stopping Salah? How good is he in terms of stopping Mane? We definitely do need him to stop these guys. Yes, they will get past Gabriel and Tierney sometimes, so you need your goalkeeper at the top of his game. So I'm hoping Ramsdale can pull off those saves he did against Leicester, against Liverpool as well, because A game like Liverpool, you won't dominate for 90 minutes. We have no capability of going away from home to Liverpool and dominating for 90 minutes. City can do that away to Liverpool. They can do that away to United and just have the ball for 90 minutes. We can't do that against Liverpool. We've not reached that level yet. So those times and those moments where Liverpool have the chances, those times and moments where Liverpool have the ball a lot, we are hoping Ramsdale can be at the top of his game. Those crosses from corners, crosses from free kicks, crosses from Trent, we need Ramsdale to be coming for those balls. He needs to come and collect most of them. Let's avoid Van Dijk getting his head on any crosses. Let's avoid Matip getting his head on any crosses. Those crosses for Jota and Mane that they've been scoring against us over the years, let's hope Ramsdale can come and collect them. So yes, our defense has been good, but Liverpool will have shots on target. They will have shots. So Ramsdale is very important defensively and attacking-wise in this game. He is 100% very, very important in this game. So that is my first pick. The second pick I'm going to go for is I think I'm going to go for I had it written down. I'm going to go for Tierney. Tierney is the second most important player for me in this game. I do expect him to start. Yes, Tavares has been on good form, but I do expect Tierney to start. Why is Tierney important in this game? Let's be honest. He's up against the best player in the world right now, Mohamed Salah. He's up against Trent Alexander-Arnold on that wing. If we have any chance of winning this game, you have to keep Salah quiet, or at least try and keep him quiet for the best moment of the game. You have to try and keep him quiet. He didn't score against West Ham the last time Liverpool played. He didn't score against West Ham. West Ham got 3 points. He didn't score against Brighton. Brighton got a point out of Anfield. So if you keep Salah quiet, if you keep him from scoring or keep him from assisting or keep him quiet a bit, 90 minutes in the game, keep him quiet for at least 60 of those minutes, you are doing good and you can actually benefit from that. Not only that, if Tavares also starts and we decide to go for a back five, Tierney will be very important in helping out Tavares. Tavares has been great, but do I really trust him up against Salah? I'm not sure I'm on that level yet. If you trust Tavares up against Salah, let me know, because I really don't trust him against Salah yet. He's a good defender, but Salah is world class. If you're not careful, he could rip off your career totally. He could rip apart your career. He might not play ever again. Ask Danny Rose of Watford. He is dangerous. This is Salah who gets past 6-7 Man City players. This is Salah who can get past 8 or 9 Watford players and score a goal. So we need both our left backs to be very, very good. And Tierney is the most important one because he's the most experienced one. He needs to communicate with Gabriel at centre back. He needs to communicate with Tavares. And also when we have the ball, how often does he go forward? How often does he put in those crosses, accurate crosses, not just crosses that Van Dijk is going to easily head out, not those crosses, accurate crosses. He also needs to keep his position. You remember when he played against Chelsea, Reece James scoring against us, Lukaku scoring from that side as well from a Reece James pass. Tierney was losing his position so many times. He was out of position so many times. Some of you did say it was because of Arteta's tactics in those games. Could be, but you need him at the top of his game. You need Tierney. His positioning needs to be perfect. You do not want to leave Salah one-on-one against the goalkeeper. He will score. He doesn't miss. So Tierney is very important, just like Ramsdale, in terms of attacking, in terms of experience. Remember, again, our defense has been really good, but everyone we have in this defense, all of them, they've never played against Liverpool for us. Gabriel didn't play against Liverpool last season. I think he was left on the bench. If I'm not wrong, when he traveled to Anfield, Gabriel was left on the bench last season. Ben White has never played for us against Liverpool. Tomias has never played for us against Liverpool. Ramsdale has never played for us against Liverpool. Tierney is the only one who can bring that experience. He's seen what has happened before. So it's very important all round in terms of defending Salah, in terms of defending Trent, and in terms of helping us in the attack as well. He needs to be important. He needs to be very, very accurate and consistent in this game. So Tierney is the second one, and Ramsdale is the first one. The third one I'm going to talk about is we'll go to midfield next. I'm going to mention Partey. What a bonus this is if Partey actually makes this game. I think I've seen someone asking about Partey. Benjamin said since Partey is fit. Yeah, Partey is fit. He is fit. Thank goodness that he's fit. Partey is the third most important player in this game. Like we've heard what I've said about Tierney and Tavares and Ramsdale. I think Partey is double that in terms of being important in this game. Especially if you were playing this game last season with Wijnaldum at Liverpool, they are very strong in midfield. Their pressing is very good. Liverpool is not a team where I don't think if I was to ask you guys to mention for me your top 10 midfielders, I don't think you'd mention any of the Liverpool midfielders. I don't think you'd put Henderson in your top 10. midfielders that excite you. You wouldn't put Fabinho, maybe. You wouldn't put Keita in your top 20 best midfielders in the Premier League. You wouldn't. You'd mention Conte, you'd mention De Bruyne, you'd mention definitely not Fred as well from United. You'd mention different midfielders. You wouldn't mention Henderson because their work actually goes under the radar. They are very good at pressing. They are very strong. They are very disciplined. Their leadership is immense. So Partey playing up against them in that position, whoever is playing next to him, first of all, Niles or Lokonga, Partey is more experienced than them in that position. He needs to lead them. The reason why we beat United last season at Old Trafford was because of Thomas Partey. And not only was Thomas Partey great for himself and for us, he was also great for someone like Anel Neni in that game. The reason why we were able to win this game last season. Partey kept Pogba quiet in that game. Partey kept, I think it was Jorginho, quiet in the Chelsea game. Partey needs to lead the likes of Lokonga and Niles. Know when to go, know when to stay. In terms, if you're going to park the bus in that game, any chance we get, Partey is very good at picking out the through passes, the long passes to Aubameyang, to Smith Rowe, to Saka. I don't think Niles and Lokonga can do that. That is why another reason I was very scared. Can Lokonga pick out a pass to Saka when you're trying to counter-attack? Niles good at passing the ball? He isn't. So Partey can do the job for us. He can defend. He has the leadership to go up against Henderson, Fabinho. He has the technique, I'd say. He has the power to go up against them. Because with Niles and Lokonga, you wouldn't have trusted that midfield partnership against that Liverpool midfield. Because when they get through you, I'm telling you, I know I sound scared, but I've seen those Liverpool-Arsenal games over the years. Within 20 minutes, they're 3 goals up if you're not careful. So Partey is very, very important. How happy I am he's going to make this game. I know Ghana did miss him, but Ghana did go through eventually anyway, so I don't think they missed him that much. They did go through eventually. So Partey is very, very important. Helping out whoever is playing next to him. He did that with El Neni when he went to Old Trafford. El Neni all of a sudden looked good against United last season. Why? Because of Partey being next to him. If you have El Neni or Niles or El Neni and Xhaka, things would look different. So Partey will make anyone playing next to him look good, basically. If it is Lokonga, if it is Niles, if it is El Neni, Partey will make them look good. And also, let's not forget, in this kind of game, I want our players to try something. If you get a chance to shoot the ball, try. You never know. We saw when they played Brighton, their midfielder shot the ball from outside the box. He can take a deflection and go in. Don't be afraid to try and shoot the ball. Partey has been important for us in terms of scoring set pieces. I think we've scored the most corners in the Premier League this season. That is not something here with Arsenal. Partey scored his first goal recently. He's been looking good from heading from corners from nowhere. His shots have been a bit on target recently. His shots have been more accurate than they were last season. So it's very important at all that. I think if we're going to win this game, don't be surprised if Partey is the man of the match. That is how important he is going to be in this game. If he's not 100% fit, would I start him? Probably I wouldn't. I know it's very important game for us, but I do not want to risk another Partey injury. Let's imagine if he starts in this game, we lose by 3-1, and then he gets injured again for the next game. You wouldn't want that. That would be a lose-lose situation. You've lost twice, basically, in that game. But if he is 100% fit and you're sure he's 100% fit and he's ready to go, you have to play him because he's the most important player in that Arsenal midfield. I don't think anyone can match up to him. I think when you take Ramsdale out and you bring in Leno is still a good shot stopper. When you take out Aubameyang and bring in Lacazette, I'm okay with that. If you take out Saka and bring in Smith Rowe, I'm okay with that. But I think if you take out Partey and you bring in Niles or El Neni, the gap in technique is literally you're going from here to down here because you're really downgrading. Partey is the only kind of midfielder we have that can play like that. So Partey is the third most important midfielder, our player for us in this game. Ramsdale first, Tierney second, Partey third. So I know some of you wouldn't start Aubameyang. I don't know why. Maybe because you want Lacazette to start. He has been playing with Lacazette. Do you want to play both? Would you play both Lacazette and Aubameyang in this game? I feel like that is very attacking. If you want to go toe-to-toe with Liverpool, you score, we score, you score, we score. That is fine. It could end 5-3, 5-4. That is fine. But I don't want that. We've seen that too many times, and that's one of the reasons why we've been losing. You can't go toe-to-toe with Salah and Mane. So I'm going to say the fourth most important player for us in this game is Aubameyang. Not because he's a good captain, not because he's a good leader. One, because we need to take our chances. Last season, Lacazette, the 2 chances he got in that game, he fluffed them. and you need a player to take a chance in this game. If you get 2 or 3 chances, score 2 of them. If you get 5 chances, try and score 3 or 4 of them. That's how clinical you need to beat Liverpool. Teams get, like Burnley, for example, last week when they played Chelsea, they get 1 chance, they score, and then you try and get a second. If you don't, you can defend and get the point. You have to be very, very clinical. If you're going to play a back 5 and park the pass, Aubameyang is going to be very important in terms of those counter-attacks, in terms of holding up the play. He's not good at holding up the play. Lacazette is better than him, but that is a side of his game we need to see in this match. He needs to hold up the play, bring the likes of Saka and Smith Rowe into the game, because Saka and Smith Rowe will be needed to defend in this game. Trent will be going forward. Robertson, if he's going to play, they're going to be going forward. So Saka and Smith Rowe have to help defensively as well, which will leave Aubameyang by himself up front if you're playing a back 5, or him and Lacazette up front if you're still going to go with the 2 strikers. So any chance you get Aubameyang, he has to score. He has to try and score. At least test the goalkeeper. Don't shoot it off target. Don't trip on yourself. Don't do any of that. We need his goals. This season, I don't think he's been that bad. He's been involved with the play. The couple of assists he's had for Smith Rowe. The Tottenham game, a good example. The Aston Villa game, a good example. The way he's been assisting Smith Rowe and getting involved in the game. I've seen him tackling against Crystal Palace and Aston Villa, coming back and tackling. He will need to do all that. Don't just walk around in a game. We will need him to come back, defend. We will need him to take the chances. For once, we will need him to be a captain in this game. Try and lead the team. So many times we've played against Liverpool, we concede 1 goal and Mustafi is looking at people, Socrates is looking at people, Torreira is looking at people. Before we sort it out, we are 3-4 goals down at Anfield. We can't do that. If you go 1 goal behind, I still need his leadership. Any leadership he has in him, we know he doesn't have that much. Any that he has in him, try and show it in this game. Lead your team. I want to see this Aubameyang in that game. I want to see Aubameyang celebrating a goal against Liverpool. That is the Aubameyang I want to see in this game. I don't want the Aubameyang we saw when we played Manchester City at the opening game of the season, or the 3rd game of the season. This was the Aubameyang we saw. Everyone looking down, Odegaard, Smith Rowe, Aubameyang, everyone looking down, everyone wondering how many goals City will score against us. I don't want that Aubameyang. I want the Aubameyang who can work hard. The Aubameyang who's been scoring goals so far this season. I think he has 8 or 9 so far this season. We need that Aubameyang. So he is the 4th most important player for me. If you're going to play a back 5 especially, he will need to attack. He will absolutely need to take any chances. He will need to be at the top of his game. He'll be up against Van Dijk, the best defender in the world. He'll be up against Matip, probably 2 defenders against him by himself if Lacazette is not playing. So Aubameyang is the 4th player. Again, to recap, Ramsdale is the 1st one, Tierney is the 2nd one, Partey is the 3rd one, and Aubameyang is the 4th one. And the 5th one, can I let you guys decide? Who do you think that I've not mentioned so far you think will be very important in this game? I have 3 players in mind. I have Ben White, I have Tomiyasu, and I also have either Saka or Smith Rowe. Ben White, obviously, also even Gabriel, if you want to mention Gabriel. I think Ben White, the reason why we scored against Watford was because of Ben White's interception. The way he just took the ball from their midfield and ran with it, and the ball fell to Smith Rowe and he scored that goal against Watford. In terms of interceptions, we will need that. We will need them to defend against Jota in the middle when he's playing as a striker. I don't want any of there's a goal he considered against Sterling. I think I have the picture somewhere. The goal he considered against Sterling last season, I think, where he out-jumped our defenders. I don't want to see that tomorrow. Jota again out-jumping our defenders. We've seen it so many times, Sterling out-jumping our defenders at the back, Jota out-jumping our defenders. I do not want to see that. So Ben White defensively, he has to be very solid. Intercepting, he has to be solid. If you're going to be parking the bus, those passes to Saka, to Smith, those long passes, Ben White has to be very good at that. So Ben White, I think, would be my 5th player. Ben White, so I'm going to put in Ben White as the 5th most important player for us in this game. I know you could mention Tomiyasu up against Mane. I know it could be Lacazette in terms of holder play, but Ben White will be the 5th important player for me in this game. So those are the 5 players. What formation would I play? Some people have called me Mourinho, Glen Mourinho, because I'm going to park the bus. I'll come back to the formation. Let me read you guys' comments first. Thank you everyone for your comments. RK says, how are you doing? I'm doing good. Looking forward to the game. Salat says Ramsdale, Tomiyasu, Tierney, White, and Emile. So those are the 5 most important players according to Salat. The goalkeeper, the right back, the left back, the center back, and also the the creative midfield, I'd say, the guy who needs to be very creative in this game, Smith Rowe. He's been probably our top scorer so far this one, apart from Aubameyang. He's been the guy we've been depending on. Hi, Luca. Luca says hi. Ali Nuru says, I'm from Kenya. We're in good form now. Lacazette must start also. So you're going attacking. If you start Lacazette, Smith Rowe, Saka, Aubameyang, you're definitely telling Liverpool, you know what? We are not scared of you. We are going to try and score against you. We are going to get 2 or 3 goals against you, which I don't mind, but you have to be very careful. These guys put 5 past United. They put 5 past Watford. They scored 5 against FC Porto. Liverpool have scored 31 goals so far this season. We've scored 13. That's the difference. If you're not careful, they will score 100 goals against you if they wanted. If they want to score millions of goals against you, they will. Benjamin says, since Partey's fit, I do prefer Niles and Partey partnership. To that point as well, since Partey's fit, that's why I wouldn't mind the back four, because Partey's fit. But if Partey was missing this game, you have to go for a back five. You can't depend on Niles and Lokonga. Just the two of them up against all those Jotas, Salah's, Manes, it will be very, very risky. And the work ethic of Milner, the work ethic of Henderson, you need to be very, very careful. But Niles, wait, I'll come back to that comment. Niles, you'd prefer Niles? I mean, Niles did well against Watford. I think I voted him man of the match. So I also had someone saying, a few people saying Lokonga is a bit weak for this game. I'm not sure. I think in terms of, I think he's done so well. To be honest, to answer that, Benjamin, I wouldn't mind whoever is playing. As long as Partey is there, I wouldn't mind whoever is playing. As I've said, Partey makes anyone who's playing next to him look better automatically. Even if you play holding in midfield, automatically he'll look better because Partey is there. JJ says, wishing you luck. Hopefully we can get not the 3 points. Hopefully we can get a good performance. That is all we are asking for. A good performance is all we are asking for. Derek says, best of luck. Yep, we'll need that luck. We need a lot of accuracy, a lot of fight, a lot of luck, a lot of decisions going our way. Any penalties? Again, we've also given Liverpool way too many penalties over the years for Salah. Let's not do that again and make it easier for them. They're already a good team, and what we've done over the years is to make it easier for them. Let's not do that. Benjamin says Liverpool's strength is their fullbacks are always bombing forward, especially Trent. So I think our flanks will have a lot to contribute. That is the most important position for me in this game. The flanks. If we can keep Trent quiet, I heard Robertson could miss out. That could be a good thing for us if Robertson doesn't play. He's also been scoring against us, surprisingly, and he's a defender. So yeah, I agree. Trent, Mane, Salah, Saka, Smith Rowe, Tomiyasu, Tierney, all of them, whoever wins that battle wins the game. Lamin says, good evening, my brother. I always enjoy your honest analysis, and you're right. Thank you for that, Lamin. If you're enjoying the content, all I ask for is you to smash the like button. It helps out the channel. It does help out the channel. As usual, tomorrow I'll be doing a show before the game, after the lineups come out, and also after the game match reaction. Let's hope it's a happy one. Let's hope we are not crying again. I've cried so many times against Liverpool. Ali Nuru says, but Tierney just came back from injury. Prefer Tavares to start. I mean, we say that, Ali Nuru, but Tierney played 2 games for Scotland, 90 minutes, 2 important World Cup qualifiers, and he was also on the bench for our game against Watford. So I wouldn't say he has been rushed back. That's why I'm going to big up Arteta. He hasn't been rushed back. He actually left on the bench for the Watford game, and he went for Tavares. Would you trust Tavares against Salah? You will be killing Tavares. You're giving Tavares Salah one-on-one. Are we trying to ruin Tavares' career? Because he's been good. We don't want to have doubts about him, because I know Arsenal fans and I know rival fans, the moment Tavares makes a mistake against Salah, many of you will be like, I told you Tavares was a poor buy. He's just shown against Watford, not Liverpool. You know Arsenal fans overreacting. So I'd play both of them to have all of them helping each other. Benjamin also says I will go with Tavares because I think Tavares' attacking awareness will help pin Trent back down a lot. I'd go for both of them. Bonnie says Gabriel. Benjamin says Lacazette is needed in this game. Let's play the both of them. So let me show you guys what my lineup would be for this game. I didn't do a predicted lineup this time round. I did do how Arsenal should line up. So again, you can call me defensive, scared of Liverpool, whatever, but this is what my lineup would be. I'm going to go Ramsdale in goal. He's been fantastic. I'm going to go Tierney, Gabriel, Ben White as the centre backs, Tavares and Tomiyasu as the wing backs. Quick reasons, Tavares and Tierney, because Trent Alexander-Arnold and Salah will be on that wing. Even if they get past Tavares, Tierney will be there to cover for him. Tavares also loves going forward. I've seen him going forward several times for us. He actually does good going forward. So I can also allow Tavares to push forward a few times, knowing that Tierney is behind him without having to worry about Salah and Alexander-Arnold. Gabriel has to be there with Jota, whoever is playing there, has to really defend well. Ben White as well loves pushing the ball forward. So even if he pushes the ball forward and we lose it, we still have Tierney and Gabriel behind him. And Tomiyasu up against Mane. Mane has scored 6 goals against Arsenal for Liverpool. Salah scored like 5. Jota scored like 3 already in 2 games. So we have to take care of them. And then in midfield, I'd go with Partey and Lokonga. I think Lokonga's done well. I'd play Partey. I wouldn't mind what you guys have said playing Niles. I wouldn't mind playing Niles instead of Lokonga. I wouldn't mind it at all. Niles also has done well against Liverpool. The last two times we've gone to Anfield, Niles has scored and he has assisted. Funny enough, Niles has actually scored and assisted the last 2 times we went to Anfield. He also, I think, scored in the Carabao Cup, so make that 2 goals. He also scored a cheeky penalty in one of the Carabao Cup games against Liverpool. So Niles has actually done well against Liverpool, surprisingly. In front of them, Smith Rowe, Saka, Aubameyang would be my front line. I think we need the pace up front, Aubameyang's pace. So if you go for Lacazette instead of Aubameyang, I think if you want to go for Lacazette instead of Aubameyang, that's if you want 0-0. If you are happy with a 0-0, you can go with Lacazette instead of Aubameyang, because Lacazette will hold up the play. Liverpool will bring back 6 defenders and then they'll take it back. I think with Aubameyang, the pacing behind Liverpool fans, I've done a couple of previews with Liverpool fans, and this is me quoting them, what they've said. This is what they've said. I'm actually really scared of Saka, Smith Rowe, and Aubameyang's pace up front, because Matip, he's not the best in terms of pace, and Alexander-Arnold and their left back will be bombing forward. So there will be spaces for players to run. Lacazette doesn't have the pace, so Aubameyang has the pace. So that is why I go for Aubameyang, Saka, and Smith Rowe. Bench, Leno, Cedric, Holding, Niles, Elneny, Pepe, Lacazette, Odegaard, and Martinelli. Listen, if you go with this formation, you can switch it. You can switch it anytime. If it doesn't work out and you concede 1-0 or 2-1 by the 50th minute, you can change things around. You can take out Tavares, play Tierney as a left back, play the 4 at the back, and easily bring in Lacazette in the number 10 position behind Aubameyang. You could bring in Pepe if you want. You could bring in Odegaard if you want creativity. You could easily switch. If we take the lead, if we have like a 2-goal lead, just imagine we have a 2-goal lead at Anfield. That is unheard of. I've never heard of that. If you have a 2-goal lead, I'm telling you, I'm going to pack the bus even more. I am going to play 2 goalkeepers. I'm going to bring in Leno for Lokonga, play 2 goalkeepers if it's possible. Bring in Elneny for Saka. I am going to pack the bus. If we take the 2-goal lead in this game, I'm going to bring 2 goalkeepers on. Let's play 2 goalkeepers, pack the bus. But for now, that would be my lineup. Let me go through it again. Ramsdale in goal, a back 5 of Tavares, Tierney, Gabriel, White, and Tomiyasu. Partey, Lokonga, Smith Rowe, Saka, and Aubameyang. On the bench, Leno, Cedric, Holding, Niles, Elneny, Pepe, Lacazette, Odegaard, and Martinelli. I don't mind anyone who wants to play a back 4, especially now that Partey has been confirmed to play. I don't mind if you're playing a back 4. Do I think Arteta will play a back 5? I actually think he'll stick with the back 4. Why? Because I do hear sometimes, it's very accurate. If you've won 10 games in a row, gone 10 games unbeaten, why change the team? Just keep the same team. I do understand that as well. But this is Liverpool. 31 goals scored in 10 games. They've been hammering Atletico Madrid and FC Porto in the Champions League. You have to be careful with them. So that is what I am going to go for. Alinuru says Leno's form has lost since last season. He'll start on the bench. Leno can't start. Leno definitely can't start. And as I said in the beginning, Ramsdale really helps in terms of pushing forward and the passes, the long balls, the saves. I think has been really, really accurate this season. The long balls from corners and free kicks, he can handle it better. He doesn't allow us to get bullied. He does communicate with his defenders. He can arrange his defenders here and there. So I'm happy to keep that team. The purpose of this video was to talk about the most important players, and I went to Ramsdale first. I went to Tierney second, Partey third. I went to the Aubameyang fourth, and Ben White fifth. But again, as I said, every player is important, including the likes of Tomiyasu against Mane, Gabriel against Jota. Everyone is definitely important. So make sure to hit the like button as always. Let's prepare for tomorrow. What a big game we have tomorrow. Let's prepare for that. Subscribe if you're new, like the page if you're watching on Facebook. Make sure to share the stream. It also helps as well. Keep staying safe. Have a good night, and I'll catch up with you guys on the next one.